The search for a missing 13-year-old girl from Rochester brought federal officials to Chicago, where she was found safe. They say the two men arrested in connection to her disappearance were in the U.S. illegally. Ryan Hermanit spoke with the U.S. Marshal Service about their effort to reunite the young girl with her family.
One of the most recent cases out of the U.S. Marshal Service can only be described as a parent's worst nightmare. A 13-year-old girl who was reported missing from Rochester was found nearly 600 miles away, requiring a tremendous effort from federal officials to get this young girl home.
We dropped everything we were doing and put this case to a top priority.
On September 11th, Rochester police launched an investigation after a 13-year-old girl was reported missing. In coordination with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, RPD recruited federal investigators to lend a hand in finding her quickly and safely.
We got the investigation actually last Tuesday, and we began to look into the circumstances surrounding the child going missing. And during our investigation, we determined that there was some fear that she was in danger.
Federal officials found security footage from the day the girl went missing, which showed her getting into a light-colored SUV with 3 other people inside.
You can imagine the worry that the family has. And I can tell you that they were very, very concerned, the family of this young child.
Over the past week, investigators traced the suspect's whereabouts to a neighborhood on the south side of Chicago, where an 18-year-old man and his father were taken into federal custody. Officials say both men were in the U.S. illegally and did not elaborate on the relationship between either of them and the young girl.
And that's just very rewarding for us in law enforcement and federal law enforcement to be able to call a family like that and say, hey, listen, your little girl is safe.
Now more than ever, the U.S. Marshals say families should always stay vigilant for the safety of their kids.
Know what your children are doing, who their friends are, who they're communicating with on cell phones. Kids are getting cell phones at a much younger age these days, so yes, that's very important.
Federal officials are still working to investigate how exactly this young girl went missing, but they do not believe there to be any threat to the community at this time. In Rochester, Ryan Hermanit, News 8.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.